Our son, Eli, was born on January the 7th, a healthy 8-pound, 8-ounce boy. And a couple of days before we were discharged, he became very ill and was rushed to the University of Mississippi Medical Center and was found to have an intestinal obstruction and was rushed immediately to surgery. The feelings of anger and fear and just not knowing what was going to happen or if the child was even going to be allowed to remain with us was overwhelming. I had grown up in church my whole life and I knew who God was. I had a head knowledge of Him, and I knew I was saved, but in my heart I had never known love like He has shown me through this journey. We prayed hours and hours, and the surgery went well. We went through many trials through the hospitalization. Several weeks into the hospitalization, God told me to pull my car over because I was utterly exhausted, and I told Him I just couldn't do it anymore and I just wanted to run away. I didn't know what else to do, and I pulled my car over on the interstate, and God said, "Lee Ann, you have not given me Eli." And I said to God, "Okay, Lord, I know You're in control and I know You can do this and everybody's praying. So I'm going to give You my son. Here he is. Take him." You know, I knew deep in my heart that the church was praying, and I thought to myself, who am I that this church would love me? I'm one of a million people in this church, and who am I that they would love me? And one night I was in my closet after just a hard day with Eli, and a lady from the church sent a photo to us over my cell phone with the church praying, hands lifted.
Carol and Lee and Clint and all of the family, we believe that Eli is going to have complete healing. And Wednesday, when I got called to do this song, I knew when I talked with Carol and Lee and them Friday, I knew that tonight was the night. There's going to be a miracle. And I'm no longer asking God to do it because He's already done it. Tonight during this worship service, Pastor, it's done. It has been bound up and it's done. It's done. So believe with me and rejoice. We're going to give God all the glory.
Several weeks after that, Eli became very ill, and we got a call one night and did not expect him to make it through the night. And I rushed to the hospital and held a limp, cold baby in my arms. And again, didn't know if he would make it. And God said to me, "This is your test, Lee. Have you given me your son?" And I knew deep in my heart that truly I had not given him to him. I remember looking at my dad and saying, "Dad, I want to give him to him so bad, but I want him here with me." And I know the prayer warriors came up to the church that night and prayed with us. They prayed with us hard and long, and by the end of the prayer that night, Eli began to improve. I gave God Eli that night. And a peace rushed into me that I have never known. And from that point forward, I knew that God was in control, and I knew that He was going to heal my son. Faith is not believing God can, it is knowing that He will. And so we knew that Eli was healed, and it was a matter of God's time. And as a mother, you try so hard to make the right decisions for your children. And you know, we faced obstacles with doctors and just things happening in the hospital. And I prayed and prayed and was helpless. But in my helplessness, God was strong, and He answered the prayers. There was never a need not met. There was never a prayer not answered. He was faithful in everything that He did for us. As a mother, praying, I prayed for my children before, but now I know what it is to pray for my children. That is the greatest gift you could ever give them. Everything in our household and in our lives has changed. Instead of singing, "You Are My Sunshine," for my little girl to go to bed, I sing, "Jesus Loves Me."